Let's start. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Nice. Good beginning. Good morning. Good morning, Elizabeth. And thank you that you are taking this invitation for the interview.
Good morning, Maria. I'm very happy to be here with you.
Yeah, I'm very happy too, because it's I spoke with you last week, and that day I decided quite naturally that you are going to be my coach in 2020.
Yes.
And you will be guiding me in this path of heart and in this path of really following my calling. And I'm so pleased to have a chance to talk with you and share you, so to say, with my audience. So please, could you say who are you and what you're doing?
I'm Elizabeth Engel. I'm an energy coach. I live in Germany, close to Frankfurt, and I show spiritual entrepreneurs how they overcome any kind of limitations, so they set free their whole potential and really live their higher self and for a higher purpose, for their own highest good and also for the highest good of all persons. I help them grow their business. The main point is really develop the consciousness, find out what is hiding there in the subconsciousness that is causing any kind of limitations, that they can't do what they really want to do because if they feel fear or self-doubt or hesitation or whatever. And I'm working with them to overcome these limitations so that they really can successfully take action and make their personal growth and also make their business grow substantially.
It's so important because, as I understand, it's not about lack of ideas. Yeah? The business owners have a lot of ideas. They are creative and they are taking action. But what is limiting us many times, I can speak for myself definitely, it's those hidden beliefs, feelings, hidden very deep, that sometimes I'm not aware of them, that are limiting me, and they are just stopping me from taking the steps towards those ideas.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So it's brilliant that someone is working with this.
I love it. I really love this. And for me, it's very easy to go very deep where these limitations are hidden in the subconscious mind. This work is really together with your soul, and the soul is also showing you pictures, and I'm working with very strong mental tools. They are very powerful, and we can clean out self-limiting beliefs or some old patterns that do not serve you anymore in a very fast way, and then really, yes, plan the next steps. What's next important for yourself to grow, for your business to grow, and to live this life, to create this life that you really love.
You know, those words are familiar to me, like I heard them before, but when you are talking this, it feels different. I think what makes the difference is your energy. And actually you say about yourself that you are energy coach. So what does it mean to you? Because definitely you feel those words, those common words and sentences with the energy.
Yes. You can almost feel the authenticity of a person, how sincere he is. Is it just words, or is this person really full in authentic, full with this what he or she is talking about? And it's completely what I love to do, and people can feel it. We always, when we listen to somebody or watch something, we always feel the energy of a person, and there's something in our subconsciousness that makes us realize, oh, this is really true what she's saying. And this is just happening. And it's what makes you, when you say it feels different when you talk about it. And I really mean it from my heart. It's also not from the head. I really mean it from my heart. And people can feel it.
How did you found this gift?
I developed it in the last let's say in the last 5 years, my life changed completely. And it's a consistent development. Also, the last 4 weeks, I made quite a big jump, and it's going on very fast. When you're at a certain level with your consciousness development, then it goes really whoosh. And yeah, that's what I love. And the farther I am, the farther I can also bring my clients in a shorter time. And this is really going fast, because consciousness doesn't need time. Things can happen right away, like healing, finalizing something. I'm really talking about things in your consciousness. So the way is open to change whatever you want to change in your life or in your business.
It's beyond time, yeah. So yeah. It doesn't really mean it doesn't mean that big project needs a lot of time.
No, it's beyond time, and it's beyond room, beyond space. It's timeless, timeless and spaceless, so to say.
What was the starting point for you then? Because you said like many different things happened and very fast during the last 4 weeks and 5 years. But when you were starting this journey, so what was the starting point for you?
The starting point? Well, this was actually, I have to talk a little bit about my personal story. I used to work as a management assistant, executive assistant for 25 years. I did some other things in between, but this was my main business I was doing. I was employed at that time, and I was always working very, very hard. I learned this already as a child. I grew up on a farm here in Germany. My father was a farmer, a very small one, and there was not so much money. We were 10 persons in the family. Also living, the parents of my father and the sisters of my grandfather were also living in this family. So we had 3 generations, and there was a lot of these things that create your limiting beliefs. I always have to work hard and earn little money for it. This was what I was experiencing as a child. There was very little money. We were creating a lot of things. Our food was growing on the field. My mom was knitting our clothes, and there were a lot of things we did on our own. We didn't buy them. It was like we created them in the family. And I really learned to work hard already with 4 or 5 years when we went out on the field. And when my friends were going to the swimming, I was working with my family and joining my friends later on in the evening. So this was how limiting beliefs, how they come, how they grow, how they happen in your subconsciousness. And this was also what made me work very hard all my life in my positions as an executive assistant. I was working really in high positions for the business owners and the directors or management, how you call it. And there was a point when in my last job where I was employed, I wasn't only working very hard, it was from the morning 9 until 10 o'clock in the evening, while the others left the company at 5 or 6 o'clock. But I have to do this and I have to make it. And I did so many different types of work that I hadn't done before. I had to learn it all when I joined this company. And then they happened, after half a year, they started with mobbing and also bossing. And I experienced this for 2 years. And I didn't know at that time how much energy this takes from you when you are in such a deconstructive surrounding. So my energy became less and less. I wasn't really aware of it because there were these beliefs inside. I have to make it. I have to go through to this. And so I came finally into, one day I was sitting in my office and I thought, something's very strange. It was like I became a little dizzy in the head, and my hands were trembling. And what was bothering me the most, that my brain was changing into slow motion.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a fast thinker. And this was really scary for me, because I thought, oh, what's happening? And I couldn't do things fast that how I was used to. And so I decided that day, okay, let's go home early. That was at 6 o'clock in the evening.
Mm.
And in that night, I decided, okay, I better stay at home one day tomorrow. That was a Thursday. And on Friday, I wanted to go to work again. But then I noticed, no, it's not possible. And so it went on. There was day by day when I thought, no, I need one more day of rest. Then I was working for some days. This went on until I noticed, no, there is something going on. I didn't know what it was. And so I stayed at home. And at the end, I was sick for a whole year.
Mm.
And that was something I didn't know at all. Sickness for me didn't exist. I always have to work. I'm not sick. I did not allow myself to be sick.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I had to really realize, okay, there is something. I was 2 months really lying on my sofa, and I didn't recover. The energy didn't come back. My power didn't come back. And then I decided to ask for help. And I decided to make it's called a cognitive therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the changing point in my life. It was the sickness and the decision. I'm asking for help to get out of this. And then within 1 year, I cleaned out everything in my subconsciousness that led me into the situation. All the old patterns from my family, or whatever patterns we have, all these self-limiting beliefs. I did not know at this time I had self-limiting beliefs, because I didn't know anything about this topic. But this was the big shift in my life. And it was the hardest year really in my life.
Mm-hmm.
When I cleaned out everything, looking at everything, whatever happened in my life, talking about things I didn't talk about for 30 years because I felt ashamed for it. And now I spoke it out, and I forgave myself for things I thought, well, would have been maybe better. I wouldn't have done it. And I also forgave all the other people who really hurt me in a real bad way. And forgiveness is really the key for a lot of salvation, a lot of relief in our soul, to release these things out of our energy field when we forgive somebody. And then things went very fast. 3 months later, while I was in this I did this therapy for 1 year. 3 months later, I recognized that I am high sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found this education for a certified coach for high sensitive and high gifted people. And I booked a coaching with this lady who gave the education. And 3 days later, I started with my coach education. And then 7 months later, I became self-employed. And this is when my journey started, what I'm doing right now. And it's really helping. I'm working mostly with women, but also with some men. I'm helping women, most of them self-employed, to overcome the self-limiting beliefs and clean and heal their consciousness, so they become creators of their life the way they really want to live it. And today I'm living such a fulfilled life, full of love. I'm working with wonderful clients, like you are one.
Thank you.
And I really love every single person with whom I work, and I love to see the way they grow and shine more and more and bring the business to the next levels, and see the impact of my work. And that makes me very grateful that I'm able to do it, and I have special gifts that I'm using. And yeah, it's my energy also. I bring the people in my energy field, and it's like opening a channel, and then you can create whatever you want to create.
What a change, yes. Elizabeth, thank you for sharing this story, because I think that many people are in that situation still, yeah? They are in the office, in this house, they are still in this situation, they feel like they miss something, you know, something is calling them, but sometimes, exactly like in your story, the disease is coming, and this is an opportunity to heal, to grow yourself into completely different person, yeah.
Yes.
Different circumstances. And it's also, you know, now I understand the qualities that I feel when I'm close to you, because I feel that you are strong and gentle at the same time. So now I understand the strong part, this hardworking women, yeah. Don't mess around with me, but also there is this kindness and this gentle is the perfect word to describe it. So I feel you reach this point when you can actually use both of your qualities, yeah, integrated in your perfect combination.
Yes. There's a lot of strength, and this is, well, it's part of my personality. It's also part of my life, how I grew up. But well, our soul is choosing the life we are living right now, and it's choosing it that we grow from all these situations that are challenging us. It's like a hint also of the soul. Have a look at the situation that is challenging you right now. What is there you have to learn? And when you learned it, and when you healed this part deep inside of you, then the life doesn't have to present you this situation any longer in the outside, and then they go away, and then there comes more and more love and peace in your life, and this is awesome. It's wonderful.
So I understood that when life presents to you opportunities to grow, you just use them, and then you can continue. That's the secret of the fast, yeah, of fast development, that you are just using those gifts.
Yes, it's also a decision to take responsibility for yourself. When you stop judging others, when you stop saying it's his guilt that this happened to me. No, it's not. There's something in the own consciousness that is creating the situation, whatever it is. And today I don't have any mobbing at all any longer. It's the contrary. I have a lot of appreciation around me, a lot of lovely words, lovely feelings. People love to be with me, and I get so much lovely feedback. And this has completely vanished. And when something happens that's, well, how to call this? For me, it's not mobbing any longer, because I can see, okay, this person has a topic there. She or he should work on it, but it has nothing to do with me. And so even when sometimes happens a situation, it cannot touch me. It's just, okay.
It's very important what you said, because you know last year was this year of breaking through, like like I heard yesterday, and breaking from. And I also had few difficult situations when I experienced, you know, strange behaviors and ugly words, ugly opinions, and the ugly is the proper word. And I felt strongly, I discussed it with my husband, he's my first hand, you know, and he reminded me that it's their responsibility what they are saying, but it's my responsibility how do I react to those words, to those actions, to those opinions, that I cannot change what other person feels or think or shares, but I can definitely influence my own reaction towards it.
It's completely right. It's completely right. It's always the own responsibility. How do I react on it? How does this make me feel? And leaving outside really what the other person said. That's his topic or her topic, whoever said this. but we are responsible for what is this doing with me. And when there are coming up strange feelings, we can clean them. We can heal them. There are tools for it, very strong tools that I'm also working in the coaching with. And you can wipe it away right away. So you always bring your feelings in the high level again. And this is also the state of your feelings. They show also the state of your consciousness. Mm-hmm. When we're still in this suffering part that is really creating a lack of things in our life, we create more of this lack. But when we go in a higher consciousness and a higher level of consciousness, and we stay in this feeling of love and gratefulness and peace, then we are really the creators of our life, and we create abundance in our life. Mm-hmm. And if you want to have abundance, it's important really to develop our consciousness and grow it out of these feelings of loss and pain and whatever is creating it, and go in this peaceful mind. And then we create abundance also outside. Create the abundance in ourselves with our thoughts. Mm-hmm. It's very important to take care about what we think. Mm-hmm. Because our thoughts are creating our life. Our thoughts, our feeling, and these inner pictures. We are creating our life with these. And so it's important to take care about what we are thinking. And every thought is carrying energy. People can feel this on their subconscious level, what we think about them. And they also can feel, is somebody telling me the truth? Or is there something in that's not really clean? And the subconsciousness can can realize this. Also, when the head is not realizing it, but we can feel it. And this is also a measurement: is somebody authentic? Like you said before, when you are saying this, it feels so different.
Yes,
because it's coming from inside, and it's coming from my heart, and I live it. And you can feel this.
Mm-hmm. No, when you were saying about this state when you lack something, when you're in the scarcity phase, let's say it, versus the state when you feel abundance, I remember this situation from my life. I don't know, it was when our Pope, the Polish Pope, was still alive. You know, he was very important for us. And one day he was coming to visit Kraków. This is the place when I used to live. And I remember people were so close to those, you know, on the street, like next to each other, pushing each other, because everyone wanted to be close to him. He was on his way from the airport, and we wanted to see him, like, you know, to see him very in a short distance. And there was a lot of this pushing. It was kind of awkward, because we were there waiting for someone who is highly spiritual person. At the same time, there was a lot of this, you know, not staying in the queue, like one after the another, but just pushing with your elbows and this and that. And finally he arrived, and just his presence, you know, just him being present there, he didn't speak, he was just passing by. Everything changed, and everyone felt very abundant, you know. Suddenly we all have space. Yeah, we were smiling, laughing, greeting each other, almost hugging each other, because this, now I understand it, like the higher consciousness, you know, passed by and just influence us with this different approach to energy, to space, to connections. Yeah, everything has changed, and it was just like 15 seconds, you know, a very short experience. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. That was his consciousness, his energy, who the people were in while he was passing by there. Yeah, because a very nice experience.
Yes, it is. And you know, it also says something important about your work, that it's not only the work that you will do with yourself, but it spreads out to other people.
Yes, it's really my energy field. Some told me already, some people who signed up for a free call to talk with me before booking a coaching. And they said, when I only was booking this call with you, this introductory call, that changed already something inside of me and in my life. And they changed already the situations I wanted to work on, because they were connecting already with my energy field. And that's awesome to hear. And it's also why it is so important with whom we work. What is their level of consciousness? Because it influences our work and also the business we are working on. And I'm taking very much care of this now, who's taking influence on my business, because I want to grow it in the nicest way, really serving the higher good of all beings. And so I'm taking good care of who's influencing me.
Yes, good that you mentioned this, because at the beginning I was also eager to follow the teachers, like, okay, they presented themselves, so I would follow them. And now I'm more picky, choosy, like I'm choosing and I'm questioning. I'm asking, is it the quality that I want to increase in my life, or it would be too much and I want to develop something else?
And a very good hint is also, is this person where I want to be? Did she grow this business that I would like to have? And when I come to a no, this is not where I want to be, then this is not the right person, because she would lead me in her way. I don't want to have a $2 million business. It's not my wish. I want to be happy. I want to live abundant, but this is more than about earning money. It's about having abundance of time, having abundance with the people I surround me with, having abundance with I love to travel. There's a lot more what makes us feel abundant, and it's also a way of finding the balance in your life. But you're also working with people, with Ayurveda.
Yeah, and I know that they have different needs, when they are finishing the 1-year course and preparing themselves to be Ayurvedic consultants. Different needs in this. So, for example, I have a woman who finished the course, but she's not working as an Ayurvedic consultant. She doesn't have website or whatever, but at the same time, she is serving with her knowledge to her husband, her sons, her granddaughter, her surroundings. She is there for them. She's not interested in developing her career in this field because she's already fulfilled. And she's very inspiring for me because she's presenting that being Ayurvedic consultant can mean a lot of different things to people. Yeah, for her, she is one, but on her own terms.
That's right.
I wanted to ask you about this fast thing, because, when I met you actually listening to podcasts. So I met your voice. I remember I was on the walk and there was this, the outstanding quality of fast progress, that very fast you increase your price. You did something like, straight away you put something on your website, that the whole struggle that it's typical for me, for example, that it needs to take 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, or whatever, 1 decade. I was just gone, because for you it was very fast. So how you understand this tempo? Yeah, this, why is it so fast for you? What is the secret?
It's the way I am. I'm fast. I love to be fast. You're talking about 2018, my development in 2018, when I started my online business. Before I was working as an offline coach, but then I really started my online business, and I started with quite low prices, 80 euro per hour, within a package of 3 hours. And then I started with free speed coachings, half an hour. And I offered 100 free speed coachings for women who wanted to learn to say no. And this was also about finding their self-limiting beliefs, why they cannot say no and why they cannot stand up for their own necessities and their own wishes. But with these free speed coachings, I offered this small package with 3 hours with €80 per hour. And when I realized what they already experienced in this half an hour of coaching I gave them, I was like, wow, it was like realizing my own abilities. Mm-hmm. By doing so many coachings in very short time, yes, with very different persons, everybody with their own topic, I didn't care. I said, come here, I talk with you half an hour, I'm giving you a free coaching. And this was really a huge step forward for me, realizing my own abilities. And this is what made me ask myself, what is it worth what I'm giving these women, seeing dissolving problems they are carrying around since 30 years that are gone right now. And I thought, well, €80 per hour is quite low for this experience. And so I I changed the price. I doubled the price, and until the end of the year, the price was instead of €80, it was 400 per hour within a package. And because I saw the great impact people have, they were really life-changing. And I just adapted the price, and it was a feeling how I felt about it. It wasn't, my head was telling me, oh, you have to raise your prices. It was like, no, what is it worth what I'm doing there? And so it was growing in a very natural way, but I was really standing with myself for it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, this is how this happened in 2018. When I also created this €10,000 product, put it right on the homepage, and 1 week later it was booked. It's my way of doing it. I do it right away. I put it on the homepage, and then I noticed it was already sitting there, and then I noticed, ooh, that doesn't fit to my other packages, so I had to adapt them. And I thought, well, there won't be 10,000 people looking at my offers right now, so I had adapted the other packages within 2 days. So the prices are on the same level. And this was when I really not only quadrupled, but prices were 5 times as much as at the beginning of the year. And then they were really at a level where I thought, okay, that's really worth my work. And it has also to do something with your self-worth. What am I self-worth for me? And people can also feel this. I really get a lot within this hour or within this coaching package. They can feel it, that there's happening something big, really, when they work with me. People can feel it, and that's the secret.
Yeah, I think you are touching the very important thing here, that very important issue, and I spoke about it yesterday with one of the Ayurvedic consultants that I trained, that you feel the price for your service, and it's not so much about number, is it 150 or 500, it's about how do you feel this price reflects what you can give to this person. And then the energy is there, and the client buys your service, and the price is just the piece of the puzzle, is just the information that he needs to have in order to put the money on your bank account. And sometimes people do it differently. They just start with the price. So the price is there, and but they are not there yet. They kind of, the price is inspirational, aspirational. They are not there yet. And this gap is really taking the clients. The clients are falling into this gap because the coach or the consultant or whatever is not standing next to his price.
Yeah. A lot of entrepreneurs, they have really, it's a challenge for them to put a price on their product. And I saw a lot of people who are working for such a low price. And then I really asked myself, how is the self-worth of this person?
Yes.
And would I go to somebody who's charging 80 euro per hour? Well, no, that's not the right question. It doesn't matter. But it's about how you feel yourself about it. And when I started in 2019, in this year, my prices were quite at a level where I thought, wow, this is really stretched. But there happened a wonderful thing because I have grown so much in this year. And people who booked me for a half a year or a year of coaching, they got all this that I learned. And in each coaching hour, they received more because I have grown very fast. And my energy shifted again, so they could change in a similar fast way also. It was like filling up this price with worth, with energy, consistently. So now I'm at a level, I know that I bring people even faster, and it's like the worth is already bigger than the price. You understand what I'm?
Yeah, definitely. I do understand because you changed, so what you are offering also has changed. It's different. Yeah, the quality is different now.
And I'm going to raise my prices now for 2020. Not too much, but a bit.
Are you okay, Elizabeth? Do you need a break? Because I feel like the throat is a little bit
water.
Yeah, it's a little bit like tight here. I mean, I feel it in my throat that here something is. So if you want to have a break or eat something or whatever, that's fine.
No,
yeah?
It's okay.
It's okay. Yes. So I had a question regarding this. Yeah. I think, I will share the story from the workshop with you because it tells the same thing that you actually told now, but in words of experience. So for me, it was like I went to your workshop, we met in Switzerland, and I knew that I want to do a course on Ayurvedic nutrition. And I had like, okay, I'm ready to do it, let's do it, but I don't know how, and I want to do it differently. And this was the mood that I had when entering your workshop. And then I remember the first thing which was really game-changing for me was that you told us to name your project in a way which is really like speaking to me. Inspirational, you said. Yeah, inspirational. So then I found out that the name of my workshop will be Nourish Yourself with Ayurveda, instead of something like Eating with Ayurveda. Yeah? So the name has changed. I came with this name very quickly, like after 30 seconds, and you gave us 10 minutes. So all the people were busy, and I was like, maybe I understood something wrong, what they are doing for 10 minutes. But even putting different name completely changed the energy of the whole project. So now the project became like something which is nourishing me instead of yet another things to do in this 2019 quite tiring and intensive year. So this was the shift right there by changing the name.
Yes. It gives a completely different direction because nourishing, there's a lot of, it's completely different than from eating something.
Yes.
Nourishing is way bigger. And this is why it's also why I asked you to give your project an inspirational name. So you feel joy while you're working on it.
Yes.
That makes a difference. And you found it within the shortest time because you have your connection to your heart. I could see it. Others, they were sitting, how do I call it? Also, when they presented their title, they were talking so much, and I thought, okay, let's focus on what's really the point. And you said, my title was right away there, and I thought, I could feel this, that you really have this connection to your heart and also to your higher self. It was like it came to you.
Yes.
Like an inspiration, it came to you. It was very beautiful to see.
Yes, thank you for this experience. And later on was even better, yeah, because you ask us to put the whole list of limiting beliefs, the obstacles that can come on this way towards the project, the goal, yeah, and then you ask us also to choose the biggest one that we want to work on, that we want to focus on. And for me, it was this thing that I had from really, like, I don't know, 25 years of studying and learning, that I have to be always prepared and have something like written, I don't know, something to show, something to give. And for the online course itself, it's like that I'm creating the recording before doing the online course. And this time I wanted to free myself from this and be more present, more spontaneous with the people. And I really remember this when I told you this, that you just took me with you in this channel of yours to really let go of this limiting belief, transform it. Mm-hmm. And I remember this gesture that I did. I did something like, bye, yeah? You're like, thank you very much, but you are no longer needed. Just like this, yeah? Very easy, very fast, very natural, and very like loving, yeah? Lovingly. So not get rid of this, mm-hmm. not cut it, because sometimes people are using these words, yeah? I cut it off. Mm-hmm. For me, the word healing, letting go with love, thank you, gratitude, those are the things to really evolve.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. That's what makes it with ease.
With ease.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, consciousness. So tell us, Elizabeth, what is your biggest passion, like, in this field that you are doing, working with clients? I know that you are involved in some studies, that you develop this as a science, as a knowledge. So can you tell us a little bit more about this?
My big passion is really to develop the consciousness of myself and of the people with whom I work. And I'm saying this already since years. Whenever one single person is changing only one limiting belief, she or he is changing something in the collective consciousness of all beings. And the more people are cleaning these limiting beliefs, the more we contribute to the raise of the collective consciousness. And this is my big mission or vision, however you want to call it. What I want to contribute to, it's really the development of all human beings. And this is what makes me, shine, work, do what I want. And I love this work. Mm-hmm. Always in connection with the spiritual world. And when we are on this path, things are coming to us easier and easier. The higher our consciousness is developed, the easier life becomes, and the more beautiful and full of abundance. And this is what that's me.
Mm. And going back to business, because we started from this, that actually you work with people, with women who are running their businesses. And I know that you recently took part in a conference about spirituality in business. Yeah. So those things that we were talking about, they are very strongly connected with your business growing, your income, your clients, your satisfactions. Those are the same topics, but from the different angle.
Yes. Yeah.
Lovely. Elizabeth, please tell us where to find you, how, if someone is interested, someone feel the energy of you, where she or he can go to read more, to listen more, to benefit more from what you are offering.
Well, you can find me on my homepage. It's elizabeth/engel.com. It's in German. Maybe you can translate it with however. I'm also giving coachings in English, like with you. Whoever wants to talk with me can, of course, book a free call with me. There's a link on my homepage to the calendar where you can book a free call. So we have a chat and see whoever wants to find out if, well, what they would like to change and how I could help her or him. Will be pleased to talk with anybody.
Thank you. I recommend this talk because it gives a great sample of how you work. So it gives the matter to all your words, because today you're mentioning different tools and the tempo, yeah, the fast, the growing. But I mean, I know it's happening while you are talking with people. So whoever is interested in really benefiting from this and going deeper, then it's really, I highly recommend to have this experience. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, because one thing is to review the movie and the other thing is to see the movie. Yes.
And this year was really another big year of growth, my best year yet. I tripled my income of last year. I'm very grateful for that. It always takes time. Well, this is also a belief.
It is.
Let's say usually it takes time to grow our business until we really can live from it. But it's a way really of overcoming one limitation after the other until we really are, and as shining as we are, it's everybody's path. We can go it fast. Today we have so strong tools. At least I'm working with very strong tools, and I can help people to develop very fast out of their limitations. And I love this. Yeah. So we don't have to go these long ways of whatever. Today it's possible to do it fast and easy.
Yes.
And it doesn't hurt. It brings a lot of relief, a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, a lot of love is coming out when we dissolve all these limitations inside of us. It's so worthy to do this work because it's really changing your life, and you create your life out of love and abundance, and it's so beautiful.
Thank you. I'm so happy that I will be growing, with you, growing like myself and my business in 2020. Also, because as you said, this consciousness is spreading out, is reaching to other people, and since the clients that we have are also more and more, I feel that the shift in me will also have an effect on them. Either way, if they are on the personal development, they just want to Ayurveda for their personal healing, or they want to go deeper into Ayurveda as a profession. Either ways, this shift that I feel it's already happening, will be bigger and will be more beneficial for all of us.
And I will make a big jump next year because I'm going to a seminar in end of January, beginning of February, for 10 days where I do the next consciousness development jump. So you will benefit from this.
Yes, I will be among the first people, who are benefiting from this new quality.
Yes.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you very much, Elizabeth. All the best for your work, and looking forward to see you every month in 2020.
Thank you, Maria, for this interview.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Ta-da!